Kunuzemo. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. As you know, the House of Commons is paralyzed today, again, I think for the 7th day, after Justin Trudeau refused the Speaker's order to hand over evidence to the police in a $400 million scandal. A scandal involving 186 conflicts of interest, wherein Liberal appointees gave money, Canadian tax dollars, to their own companies. There must be something really damaging in all these documents Trudeau is covering up for him to shut down the House's businesses for 7 days in order to prevent the police from getting their hands on him. It's just another...
There is an absolutely insane cover-up going on right now in the House of Commons. The Justin Trudeau Liberals are covering up their wrongdoings in the supposed Green Slush Fund corruption scheme. What is the Green Slush Fund, you might ask? Let's see first before I go in any further. The Green Slush Funds, known as the STDC, has been accused of giving grants to startups and accelerators with ties to senior management in the Liberal government, whereas Liberal insiders line their pockets with taxpayer dollars while Canadians are struggling. Whereas Trudeau's hand-picked chair of the Green Tech Slush Fund siphoned $217,000 of taxpayer dollars to her own company. The chair of this slush fund was giving money to her own company. If that doesn't seem like a conflict of interest, I don't know what is. Whereas a Trudeau government official has confirmed that no action was taken after gross mismanagement and conflicts of interest were found at Liberals' billion-dollar Green Slush Fund. $1 billion. The NDP-Liberal Coalition and their Bloc allies voted against requiring that the documents related to the Liberals' Green Slush Funds be released. And now we've received news that this blatant, absolutely abhorrent corruption scheme being covered up and being held back by the government is now being investigated by the RCMP. Telling MPs that the RCMP had not found any evidence of criminal wrongdoing surrounding the so-called Green Slush Fund, the commissioner has now come out and said there is an ongoing investigation into the embedded funds. Just once again, the more evidence of the incompetence and collusion within the police forces in Canada to protect the government and its utter incompetence in holding officials accountable. So to clear the air on this issue, guys, it's basically the government who has been accused of misusing taxpayer-funded money that was intended to accelerate green tech companies that are in startup phase right now. And after investigations have been going into the slush funds, they have found that there has been a misuse of funds where Liberal-associated individuals are giving money to their friends as well as themselves. And that was after a scathing report by an audit by the Auditor General, General Karen Hogan. The report by Hogan found that significant lapses were in the $1 billion fund and that the government was blatantly overlooking the discrepancies within the fund's management and whatnot. Now the RCMP has come out and said they are investigating this same issue as well. And what is the government, Justin Trudeau Liberals' response to this? They have said, we are not handing over the government documents about this issue. And as a result, the government has been held up for 8 days in limbo. The Commons has been basically put into a stalemate where no work is getting done and no bills are being passed because of this issue. Because the Liberals are hiding something. Justin Trudeau has something that he does not want the Canadian people to know. So it's also been suggested that the Liberals might prorogue Parliament. If you might remember, I mentioned this in a previous video, that Stephen Harper, he prorogued Parliament about 10 years ago over another issue about, I think it was about the Afghan war and some issues related to there. But this would be the next case of proroguing if that were to occur now. And proroguing is basically where you shut down government business so that you don't have to be held accountable for some certain things, such as handing over documents that are being requested by the opposition. And if you prorogue Parliament, that means you are hiding something likely. Chrystia Freeland says that she likely will not prorogue the Parliament. However, we never know what happens. Chrystia Freeland is not a very, very reliable source. She has been put down in her own party now. Mark Carney has come in and basically is acting as de facto finance minister because of Chrystia Freeland's incompetence. And as if you might have seen in one of my previous videos, she's a very, very, very erratic individual. So that's what's going on right now, guys, is that the government seems to be hiding something. What is it that Justin Trudeau doesn't want the Canadian people to find out about? You guys let me know down in the comments below what you think about this. And please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing if you would like the movement to hold government officials of all spectrums accountable. Thank you very much, guys, and have a wonderful day.